This is the G Podcast with your host, Tommy B.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man? We're taking a break from the traditional news and politics and pop culture, man, and the fellas are here, man. And you know, you got a taste of the fellas a few months ago when we did the Smurf homecoming, but nothing can prepare you for what you're about to experience right now. Vi still got some left over from the last two podcasts. So y'all give it up for the one and only country commentator. Vi's in the building.
Hey there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And y'all know the hit man. We call him Hitman Howie because when he gives a take, it's a hit. Gotta give it to you. That's why we call him the hit man. And y'all give it up. And I don't know, you were on the last podcast, the Smurf podcast, right, G?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for the beat of Mobile.
The beat of Mobile.
Good evening.
It is the one and only G is in the building, y'all. The beat of the Bay. I stole that. You know I stole that. Let's go ahead and kick it off, man. We'll start with college football. And you know, I'll start off and say I'm a little humbled because I picked Ohio State. Okay, so as we tape, Ohio State and Missouri are playing. So, G, who you got? Missouri or OU?
OU.
Okay, you got.
I think they were one of the better ball clubs, top to bottom.
Okay. So that's cool. Okay, so I'm humbled by that. Vi and Howie on the college side picked for the Natty UGA. A lot of folks picked UGA as a possibility. I just said I didn't see a three-peat, but three-peat is tough in today's landscape. And the man,
especially when you got the referee on not on your side.
Here we go. He's warming up. But let me get to the man who really has a commentary because he's a Seminole. So he has a lot to say about this past college football season. Have you gotten over it, man? FSU?
No, I hadn't gotten over it at all. I'm still a little upset. But my Final Four prediction, I thought it would be Florida State, Ohio State, Georgia, and possibly Texas.
Okay.
But I didn't really see it through because I didn't think Alabama was good enough to make it.
Okay. Well, let's transition into who's the Final Four right now. Okay. So you got right now, as we tape today, in a few days on New Year's Day, game one, the Rose Bowl, you've got Michigan, number one, and Bama. That's the first game. And the second game, the Sugar Bowl, well, the Rose Bowl is the first game. The Sugar Bowl is the second game. Washington, number two, Washington, number three, Texas. Now, first of all, let's start with game one, Rose Bowl, Michigan, Bama. And I'll start with you, Vi. Who do you see between Michigan and Bama? Who's coming out?
Bama all day.
Okay. Why do you say Bama?
Because I don't think Michigan is. I don't think they got enough. But Bama got 2 weeks. Got 2 weeks to prepare for them. Michigan has not seen a quarterback like the one that Bama got.
Okay.
And Bama got the better. I think Bama has the better defense. I don't think when I say better, not saying they got the better defense. I'm just not scared of that Michigan offense.
Okay. So G, you shaking your head. What do you say?
Yeah, because I watch football basically from the top 25 down. Michigan is for real. Nobody beats Ohio State 3 years running.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Win the pack, win the Big Ten. Besides, Alabama has a quarterback and 10 other players that could play probably for Kentucky or Mississippi State and start.
Okay.
They got a true running back at quarterback that can do whatever you need, but you stop him, you stop the rest.
Okay. What about you, Howard?
Well, you know, I'm an SEC guy. I think that's why Gary's picking everybody but SEC. He's an ACC guy. I'm just giving him the business. But I'm an SEC guy. But the reality is Michigan can play football. And you're talking about the best defense. You weren't afraid of the defense, Vi. Michigan got the number 2 total defense in the NCAA. So they can play defense.
Who they play?
No, I'm just telling you what the numbers are, man.
I know that. That's why I asked you, who did Michigan play?
Ohio. They play all the Big Tens.
They played three teams in the top 25, well, in the top 10, for the matter of fact.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
3 teams in the top 10.
Name it.
Okay. I'm just telling you, they can play defense.
Ohio State.
I didn't say they couldn't. I did not say they couldn't. I just said I think Alabama got a.
Ohio State and Penn State.
I don't think Michigan offense is that strong.
Okay, hang on, Vi. Howard, make your point.
Number 2 turnovers. Number 2 turnovers, Michigan. Number 2 in NC2A, Michigan. Number 2. Now you're right. Their offense is not that big time, but neither is Alabama's offense. So Alabama's offense is ranked number 53 in the NC2A, when Michigan's ranked number 66. Not that big of a difference. So the difference would come down to defense, and if it comes down to defense, Michigan's defense is far better than Alabama's defense. Alabama's at 18 in the NC2A. But all that being said, I think day-to-day competition or week-to-week competition, Alabama has seen better teams because the SEC, up top to bottom, is a better conference.
They done lost 2 bowl games already. The SEC done lost 2 bowl games already.
SEC?
They lost 2 bowl games already, and they only played 2.
Are you talking about Kentucky, Gary? Are you talking about Kentucky?
Man, Kentucky, what?
What conference they in?
Kentucky. You know what? I ain't gonna say that.
Hey, he's right.
What conference they in?
ACC think they done something. They beat
That's
Kentucky
right.
and South Carolina.
Right.
But they lost.
Top to bottom.
Okay.
Top to bottom.
So
ACC can't play with you. Miami lost to Rutgers. I texted my family the other day because we became fans. Rutgers?
Hey.
Do Rutgers play football?
I thought we were talking about the Rose Bowl.
I'm sorry. Gary got me started about Kentucky. But that being said, I think Michigan's going to win the game.
Okay.
Not that I want them to win, but I think they're going to win the game. I think that Michigan's plan from several years back was to get SEC type players, bigger, stronger, faster, and I think you've seen that the last couple of years. That's why they're in the position where they are now.
So, G, you got Michigan, G?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because they're going to have a long time to prepare just for the quarterback.
Vi, you've got Bama, right?
In years to
Bama
pass, you could name Alabama's running back in years to pass. You probably couldn't name 4 of their running backs this year.
Everybody think Bama ain't the great Bama of the past. You know, so what? They ain't great, but they still better than everybody else.
Well, I'm going. Let me tell you, I'm going with Michigan. I agree. I think, and here's why. Vi, and whether or not they get help from the officiating, because it's been that kind of year. But I do think. I'll be honest with you. I think ESPN wants Michigan. They want that Harbaugh story to
They don't want Harbaugh.
They want that story to go to the finals, and you know, and I think that's why. I mean, I'll be quite frank, not because Michigan, but I think that's why you don't see FSU among the Final Four, because they wanted a more compelling story. And I think that Harbaugh, that Bama Harbaugh. I mean, that's going to be the ratings for Michigan and Alabama, I think it's going to be through the roof.
Yeah, I got to think about it.
Off the chart.
Like Deion said, there was no way they could leave Georgia and Alabama out.
Yeah, that's true.
No way. Because you can't put Georgia in because they lost to Alabama.
Yeah.
So,
and the reason they put Alabama in was only because of Nick Saban. That was it.
I agree.
Yeah, and they beat Georgia.
It wasn't because they beat Georgia. It was because of Nick Saban.
Yeah, I agree because when Nick made the statement after they beat Georgia, you could tell his whole attitude was, y'all better pick me. I just beat the number one team. He didn't say it, but you could see his attitude. You could see his face. You know, it was almost like, I just made my statement.
This just was a crazy. No number one team has ever not made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not ever made it.
No number one never fell past 4. Never fell past.
Yeah, that fall was wild. You're exactly right.
No, they were number one the entire season, and they only lost by 3 points.
Yeah.
They didn't get in.
All right, let's go.
But I knew they were going. But hey, but I knew they were
one more, and let's go to the.
Yeah, when they lost to
game.
Bama, I knew they weren't going to get in. It was a wrap.
Okay. Any more on Michigan and Bama, and then we'll go on to Washington and Texas. But any more about
Auburn can't win the big game. He's gonna lose again.
Okay.
The only big game he win is Ohio State. He can't beat nobody else.
Really?
Yeah, I think
name a big game. Name a big game he don't win since South Ohio State.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think.
See.
I mean, honestly, I think this is going to be it. But enough of that.
If they don't win, they don't win it this year, they ain't gonna never win.
Sugar Bowl, Washington and Texas. Who you got? I'll start with you, Howie.
Oh man, the thing about it is Washington has very, very good offense. And I think that's going to be the difference. They got players on the outside that can stretch the field and can play the game. And their quarterback, while he looks sometimes a little bbit unorthodox for me, he can put it on them. And so I'm going to pick Washington. But and I'm not a big Texas. I don't know if I like Sarkisian enough. Just get that brother a beer and some whiskey, and we'll see the true self come out. But I got Washington overall. Yeah.
Okay. Who you got, G?
I got Washington for two reasons. I thought Oregon was by far the better team. Anybody score 80 points one week and turn 78 the next week.
Mm-hmm.
That's playing a lot of offense.
And they ain't playing nobody.
Well, the only team they lost to is playing in the championship.
I know. Look at their schedule. Nobody.
Country commentator.
Well, other than Georgia and Alabama, ain't nobody else in the SEC. Tennessee, and none of the rest of them. But going back to what I was saying, I think Washington can outscore. I think Washington outscore Texas. Everybody else in the SEC probably 6-6.
All right, hey, get off SEC.
The record speaks for itself.
Hey, G is.
We don't have to brag. Our record speak for itself. We don't have to brag.
G is the SEC assassin.
I know, man.
He's a hater. That's what he is. A straight up SEC hater.
Man, if I had been Auburn's coach, they never would have made it.
He came in for one reason, man.
He played the weakest conference in college football.
You let a man throw it 43 yards to the corner of the end zone.
The weakest conference in the college
nine
football
people in the box.
SEC league. I tell you, I can't.
All right, G. Vi, who you got, man? Washington.
It's a tough pick for me.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be Washington also.
Okay. Washington
Because
look good, man.
I think this just might be their year. For them to beat Oregon twice, it's hard to beat the same team twice.
Yeah.
They beat the same, and everybody thought they were going to lose that second game. Because I even thought they were going to lose.
I did too.
And I really haven't seen much of Texas. I think Texas probably played their best ball when they beat Alabama. But I think they've been playing for Alabama for like the last year and a half.
Exactly. They played.
And I don't think. I don't know. I'm like Howie on their coach. I'm not convinced their coach is there yet, and I'm not convinced on Texas yet. But the way Washington's been playing, I mean, Washington's been tested. I don't think Texas really have been tested yet.
Yeah, outside the Alabama game, they played Oklahoma State close.
And I also believe right now, if Washington, if Texas play Alabama now, I think they'll lose.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because their quarterback the Alabama quarterback, he has improved so much since day one. He's the difference maker.
No, he didn't. I think he hadn't improved. They changed their play calling.
Okay,
they changed their play calling to what he does best. Instead of trying to make him fit the program, they change what they do to what he does best.
That's called good coaching.
He didn't improve because he still can't throw number 60 yards downfield in the air.
That's called good coaching.
Well, I think both you guys are right. I think he has improved, and they have released him to play the game. I think we talked about this earlier. Earlier games, he trying to hang into the pocket instead of do what he does best. And now they're saying, "Hey, you do what you do best, and we'll make everything else work for you." And that's where they're where they are.
Right.
But I hope Nick told him that, dude. I hope Nick told him when you got a chance to run it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how he almost lost against Georgia. He had a chance to against Auburn when he should have ran it. He tried to throw it, and everybody said, "Why didn't he just run it? He was just 5 yards for end zone."
Well, I'm gonna say
If I was
this,
the
man.
defensive coach, that's what he would have did. That last play, he would have ran it.
Yeah,
because I would have made sure he had to run it.
I'm gonna say this, y'all. I think Washington is the better team in this matchup, man, because of how they dominated that second game against Oregon, man. I didn't expect that.
The numbers say something different, though. The total offense, Washington's ranked 12, while Texas is ranked 9. Total defense, Washington's ranked 90th, 9-0. Wow, and Texas ranked number 23. So the numbers say something different, but I still think Washington can do it. You know,
I think it's Washington.
Yeah,
I agree. So finals. So we're looking at, and I'm just going to look at what you all said, and it looks like everybody's leaning. I don't know if are we leaning toward Michigan, a Michigan-Washington final?
1 and 2.
Yeah. Who did Vi pick? Vi picked Washington for the Texas game.
Vi, did you pick Washington over Texas?
Yeah, I picked Washington.
Okay.
I picked Washington.
So Washington, and is it safe to say Washington and Michigan, or Washington and Bama? Well, you say
Washington
no,
and Bama. I said no. Right.
But it looks like 3-1.
Okay, whoopee.
Let me put it this way: whoever wins the Alabama-Michigan game wins it all.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah,
good point.
Really?
I
don't even think Michigan beat Washington.
Really?
Nope.
Wait a minute. What?
Nope.
Dude, I think. Let me say this, man. I think Vi's looking at that Washington team that UGA was slinging around like a rag doll a few years ago.
No, that's not the same.
I don't think Washington.
No. I think
Michigan
you think Michigan is that team. I don't think it's the same Michigan team.
I don't think Vi watched Michigan at all this year.
I do. I watched Michigan all year. They just ain't impressed me. They haven't.
Okay. All right, we'll see. All right, y'all. All right.
I mean, I've known to be wrong a couple of times, but hey.
Well, you on tape now, so there we go.
Hey, I'm a man. Hey, I'm a man of my word. It's gonna be Alabama and Washington.
Okay, Alabama, Washington.
But I am a little skeptical about Texas because I really ain't. Texas does scare me. Mm-hmm. But I think Washington they just got it this year for some reason.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, moving on to pros. End of the season predictions. I think when we did our podcast at the house, we were looking at. I was looking at the Chiefs as repeating.
Right.
No way after what's going on with Mahomes and the receivers, man, and the defense. It's a wrap for them. So looking at the end of the season, the playoffs already, the folks who've already qualified for the playoffs teams, we're looking at the AFC Ravens, Dolphins, and the Browns, which I gotta take my hat off to Coach Art because Coach Art picked the Browns, and so give my shout out to Coach Art. He's not here, man, but we lost G. Damn, we lost G, man.
He'll kick back. Hopefully.
I don't know if he's gonna kick back. We'll try. Hey, but
that's what happened when you root for the ACC.
Damn, you wrong. I can't do my boy G like that, man.
He can't defend himself, so I can say it.
I cannot do my boy G.
There you go. I love you, G.
Oh, G. He talking shit while you gone, man.
That's okay, man.
Hey, I did say I love you, G, though. I said I love you, G.
Well, my pro prediction still, I don't know if they got the playoffs set yet, but I still think the Bills gonna get hot at the right time.
You said the Bills?
Gary. Hey, G, the right time is 2 more games, brother.
Yeah, but they last game they look good.
Okay. Well, let me say who's already in the playoffs. Okay, AFC Ravens, Dolphins, Browns, NFC 49ers, Eagles, Lions, Cowboys. In the hunt, Chiefs, Jaguars, Bills, Colts, Bucks, Rams, Seahawks. So, yeah, Bills are in there, man. So, all right, you say Bills. Howard, who you got?
Well, I told you it's going to be 49ers and the Ravens. Those are my two teams going in. The Ravens look awful good, man. And they spanked the 49ers like they were playing a high school team.
Yes.
So I'm Todd Monken. Todd Monken is the difference up there. So I'm still riding with the Ravens. And, of course, the 49ers, they had a blip. And the quarterback had his one game, 4 interceptions. So, I'm going to ride with both those teams going in.
Do you think can Purdy overcome that last game, man?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think he can overcome. He's a good quarterback. He does just enough to stay above water. He's not trying to, do anything special. So yeah, I think he can. Okay. Absolutely think he can. But what's interesting is the Browns with Flacco at quarterback, 300-yard games. 38, 39 years old. He's still tossing around.
Yeah, he still got that glass slipper. He'll lose it.
Hey, let me say this though, Vi. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
he did.
And they got a lot of guys.
Did he win the Super Bowl? Did they win the Super Bowl?
Well, he was instrumental in keeping the team on track, man.
Yeah, and he got a lot of guys around him, much like when he was in with the Ravens, And that defense is top notch. I think
that defense ain't no joke.
Okay.
They might be better than the Ravens defense. That defense ain't no joke.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say an overall pick. I just want to, if we're looking at, I think the teams who probably had a fairly decent season. The teams that have already qualified for the playoffs, man, I think they had good seasons. The only team that really disappoints me on a consistent basis, man, the Cowboys. And the reason I say that is, they've already qualified. They've already qualified. But my point is, they got to play good teams better.
They can't stop the run, Bako.
Well, that's my point. I mean, when they play good teams, teams know their weakness and they pound it. The last game, man, I felt bad for the fans because if you're a Cowboys fan, man, that was, I'm just saying, if you looked at that last, and we're, of course, we're in the holidays heading toward New Year's Eve, man, that was just telling. I don't know what you guys saw, but if again, looking at the teams that are playoff bound, the team that, in my opinion, doesn't deserve it, but they're in there among these other teams are the Cowboys. And to some extent, man, the Eagles are a disappointment.
Really?
Well, yeah, only because
the Eagles just hurt. They got a lot of players hurt right now, and all the coaching changing.
Yeah, but my point is,
you can't have that many changes stay the same.
This was their opportunity to make it back to the big game, and I don't see them doing that this year. They're not the same team. They're not.
The defensive coach gone, the offensive coach gone.
Oh yeah, and they're
just not the same team, man.
Yeah, they got Patricia. Oh, yeah, I know what it is. I'm glad you brought that defense up. They got Matt Patricia. Remember him from the Patriots? That he came head coach of the Lions. Everywhere he's gone, he's like, what's that guy on the Flintstones? I got a stone. I got coal in my back.
Bad luck.
Yeah. Everywhere he goes, that's what he does. He tears it down. He's now calling the defense for the Philadelphia Eagles.
But I don't see the Eagles advancing to the Super Bowl, or to the finals.
They could.
I don't even think they'll make the NFC Championship.
No, they got the players get hot right now. They get hot.
So
I'm like this. I think it's
go ahead. No, I'm just saying among the teams that have already qualified for the playoffs, I think I agree with y'all. The Ravens look the strongest. Yeah. The Dolphins depends on the week. The Browns, I think, with Flacco, but they're vulnerable. 49ers were beaten surprisingly soundly this past week. I was 100% on that 49ers bandwagon with you, Howie. But they showed some weakness, man.
I was so happy they lost.
They showed some. But let me ask you before we go on to the ones in the hunt and on the bubble. A lot of folks are still saying that Purdy should be MVP.
No.
You don't, you say no, Vi?
I do, definitely not.
Okay. All right. What about you, G?
I'll give him the nod.
Yeah.
How are you a 49ers guy?
Yeah, but after that Ravens game, I'm giving it to Lamar.
Yeah,
He lost it in that. He lost it in that game.
Yeah.
You can't throw 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions in an important game and win it. No.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, like I said, I think it's gonna be the Ravens. And I would say the 49ers, but the 49ers, they can't afford it's like they can't know if anyone of their main players get hurt, they doomed.
Yeah, so true. All right, in the hunt, you got the Chiefs, Jaguars, Bills, Colts, Bucks, Rams, Seahawks. G, you've already mentioned you feel the Bills. The Bills are.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Bills?
Well, they had a taste of the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
And they know what it takes to get back there. All they got to do is get that running game started again.
Yeah.
And I think they can overtake the Dolphins. That's their nemesis.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the Ravens, but I think the Bills are dark horse contender. The problem with the Bills, they're just not figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't put it all on Allen's shoulder and try to run the ball, they should be able to win it. Because Allen's a bad boy.
Yeah.
But when you ask him to do too much, that's when he start making mistakes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because for some reason, he think I can get it all. You can't get it that sometimes.
Yeah, so true.
Because you saw they won that game. I only think he had 200-yard passing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his thing, man. I mean, I hate to bring Ritter. Up. But he could be very Ritter-like at the wrong time. Josh Allen.
Don't ever compare him.
I'm sorry, but he can. Hey, he's done some. I mean, Josh.
Well, that's the problem.
Look, Josh Allen will tell you he's made some stupid plays.
Well, that's his history. That's his weakness. He'll throw an interception in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But that's also his strength.
Yeah.
Because he don't think that nothing he can't do.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in the playoffs. That's
you can't.
Right.
Absolutely.
No,
that's his weakness.
That's one and done.
But I think by him winning that last game with barely throwing the ball and winning, I think a light went off his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he continue to take that pounding the whole time?
He can't do that. He's gonna be like Cam. He's gonna have a short career.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with the 49ers, the only problem with Purdy is great, as long as he got them horses. But he lose one horse, he ain't the same no more. Because it's like all they lost with that left tackle. And like when they lost that left tackle, they couldn't function. Then again, the Ravens are a great defense.
Yeah.
But they need that left tackle. They ain't got that left tackle, they in trouble.
Let me say this, man, and we're gonna move on to the teams in the bubble. Mm-hmm. But on the bubble, I'm gonna say this about Purdy. You take McCaffrey away, I don't think you got first of all, I don't think you have a San Francisco, a 49ers team is strong, and you don't have Purdy as strong.
I don't care what quarterback you got in there. You can have Jalen Hurts over there. You take McCaffrey away. Yeah, they offense. McCaffrey is the engine to that offense.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why
he's the transmission.
Yeah,
they can't. He's the transmission.
Yeah,
not Debo is McCaffrey. He's a transmission.
Yeah, I agree. So true. All right, on the bubble, y'all, and we're gonna move on to a big question. Something just came up this week, but on the bubble, don't spend a whole lot of time on these teams. I will say Bengals, Steelers, Raiders, Broncos, Vikings, Packers, Saints.
Packers.
Yeah, I know. They're on the bubble somehow. Falcons and the Bears.
Yeah,
There's all these teams out of it.
You let the Falcons off down the bubble?
And the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans are on the bubble. Am I correct?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So they quarterback hurt at the wrong time.
Yeah, wrong time.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to the Falcons, man, but
you don't have to do that.
I will say, only because I'm in ATL. I got it.
Right.
But Steelers, y'all. Thoughts considering the coach?
It ain't the coach. Like the guy said, if they get rid of him, who they think will replace and do better than him?
Yeah.
Well, why we say it's not the coach, I think there comes a time in an organization where your voice is not being heard.
But it's not the voice. They don't have the talent.
Talking about the Steelers coach?
Yeah,
Steelers.
Well, they don't have the talent.
Mike Tomlin, yeah.
Yeah,
I think they waited too late to get rid of
Hey,
him.
hang on, Vi. Go to G and then I'll come back
If
to
it's
you.
one thing I can say about the Steelers organization is that they ride with their coach.
Yeah.
They've only had maybe 6 coaches in the total history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let
They've
me
only
say
had
this
3 in
before.
our lifetime.
Before I go
I
back
think
to
he
you,
just
Vi.
hasn't
Go
got
ahead.
the
Go
talent.
ahead, G.
I think he just don't have the talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say this before I go back to you, Vi. I'm gonna say this. Tomlin showed his leadership when they came back that next game, and Pickett was outstanding because he could have. I mean, we could have had another week in a row where Pickett is doing something underwhelming. And
If he did what everybody told him to do, yeah.
He showed up that next game. So
if he had to do it, everybody told him to bench Pickett. He said no.
Yeah, he said no.
Mm-hmm. He said no.
So that showed me that Tomlin's got control of the team. But I agree with you, G. Talent. He didn't have the talent he's had in the past.
They got the talent.
And I think they got to do something. They got to find a quarterback, which leads me to the next. Which leads me to the next thing. Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell's up. Looks like his deal might be up on March 2024.
Yeah, he's done.
Word is he's done. He did a press conference as we speak today, I guess during a workout, basically said he wants to remain a Bronco. I'm going to go to you, G. Do you think he's going to remain a Bronco, Russell Wilson?
I think he headed to Pittsburgh. I listened to him real close this morning. Then commentators all was saying pretty much the same thing. He's out at Denver.
He gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is very interesting. That
So where do you think he's going to cook? You think he's going to cook in Pittsburgh? Where do you think, Vi?
I don't know where he's going to cook, but whoever going to get him going to get a good deal because all they got to do is pay him the minimum.
Okay.
$1 million, pay him $1 million because the Broncos, you got like a $40 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so the Broncos are on the hook for the rest?
Oh yeah, and he has a no trade, and he has a no trade clause.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
right.
They can't trade him.
Right.
He
didn't know that.
He has a no trade clause because the deal was they asked him to change the terms in his contract.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't change the term of the contract, they're gonna bench him.
It's a no. What is it? No injury. It's an injury.
He has a no trade clause, and his contract says he's guaranteed like $40 million already.
Right.
But if he get hurt, he guaranteed $80 million.
Right. So that's why they benched him. They benched him more so around the injury bug. If he gets hurt in the last 2 games, they don't.
But why would you bench your quarterback when you still trying to get if you're not trying to get in the playoff? I get it, but they still possibly get in the playoff.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So
that means they're not gonna hold on to his contract. They're gonna look to get rid of him. That's what it is.
But they got to give him that $40 million though.
Yes.
They ain't got to give him 80, but they got to give him 40.
Yes, I agree.
So G, you say he's going to Pittsburgh. Where do you think he's going?
That'd be good though. Pittsburgh be great.
Where do you think, Howie?
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say Atlanta, but I wouldn't mind him here based on what we have in house already. My preference would be to have Justin Fields. But what about Minnesota? Also, that may be a place comfortable with the weather. They have a team that's right on the edge there. They just need a person who can get them over the hump, and they're all about that same maturity. So that might not be a bad place for Minnesota.
Okay, what do you think, Vi?
I would rather see him in Pittsburgh, but Minnesota be a good pick for him too because all they need is really another good quarterback.
Yeah.
So y'all not gonna say because Sierra's from Atlanta?
He's not gonna choose Atlanta.
Sierra might choose Atlanta.
And our coaches ain't gonna offer him. They don't want him.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, if Arthur Smith, I think he's gonna come back now.
He wants Ritter.
You think Arthur Smith is gonna be back next year?
I do, because the owner likes him.
After that last game, unfortunately, I think that Colts game.
I think they say if he win,
looked like
I think they say if he wins out, he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's got to make a quarterback change, but if he wins out, they're gonna let him come back.
Well, I don't see why he would want Ritter. I don't see Ritter. I don't see Ritter staying with the Falcons next year.
Well, Ritter's done.
I think Ritter's
done. He might still be the Falcon, but he's done. He's never gonna be the Falcon. He has blown his chance to be a starter for the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see. I mean, honestly, if they keep him, he's third string.
But I don't know what I would like us to get what the kid in Chicago?
Oh, Justin Fields. Okay.
And I think he's just scared to get in because he's a black quarterback. He still probably ain't got over the Michael Vick thing.
Oh, I don't think color has anything to do with it.
I'm like color. I don't think he got over the Michael Vick thing. If Justin Fields came to Atlanta, he's a homebred Atlanta. You know how much love he get from the city from Atlanta?
Yeah, he's got to perform. He's going to be under a lot of pressure.
He got to perform.
Yeah, he's got to perform.
But it'll be short-lived if he don't win.
But it's perfect for him. Atlanta got a great running game, and with his running ability, they do need to give him a wide receiver that can go deep. Yeah. Atlanta, the guy we got now, he ain't the guy.
I looked at
Drake.
Yeah, I looked at the predictions. I looked at the predictions, and that's what they said. The Falcons going to take in the draft as a wide receiver.
Oh,
yeah.
I heard the Falcons.
Go ahead, Vaughn.
I also read they said they might get the kid from LSU if he fall down to him.
The quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback.
Let me say this, man. The Falcons and the best. What's the whole the GM Terry Fontenot and his we pick the best player concept has failed. I mean, you go back. Let me say this.
Ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mako.
I think he's. There you go.
Tommy B.
I think he has failed, man. Going back to the Pitts pick first. They should have chosen Justin Fields coming out,
right? Because
as everybody has said, you could have let Fields be in that final year on the bench with Ryan, kind of picking up, learning the NFL, and then when Ryan's at a point where he retires, he's ready to come in. So I think they made a mistake with that. I think the Drake London pick because look, we're looking for a wide receiver. Drake London was supposed to be that guy. You know, and he's not.
He's not that guy. He wasn't that guy. He wasn't that guy in college.
Right. That's my point.
I think
so.
What
was
the
point?
The possession guy. He's supposed to be the possession guy, not the speed guy.
But you don't have a Tyreek Hill right now.
Right.
Okay. We have no speed burner.
You got no speed.
No speed guy. Well, but I think at the end of the day, though, we need somebody who can get them the ball. We need somebody who can toss them the ball.
You need a delivery system.
And we are past.
Yeah.
We are past the time we're drafting the best player. You own the draft. I think if you got a great team, a good playoff team already, then you draft the best player. But when you are sorry, you draft toward needs.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and that's why I say the draft strategy has failed us for 3 years. For 3 years. I mean, I think the Bijan pick. Bijan's an explosive guy, but if you don't have anybody, again, you don't have a quarterback. You don't have a solid delivery system. Yeah,
we had Algier, Rick who just got 1,000 yards, and we're going to draft another running back. I said, what in the world are we doing?
Dude, let me say this, man. If I'm Algier,
is anyone from y'all division?
Yeah.
Is anyone from that division capable right now of making the playoffs or making the?
I think
Atlanta, New Orleans,
when the division gets in the playoffs now.
Well, the only team right now, it looks like the Bucks. The Bucks are definitely. Well, I don't say definitely. They just the Bucks. the Falcons have to win out. Am I correct?
Right.
And the Bucks, can they afford to lose? Can they lose one?
Who?
Yeah.
Can the Bucks lose one?
Yeah, as long as we lose, they can.
Yeah, that's right. As long as we lose, they can lose. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't lose to the Saints. So the Saints are just completely out.
They beat the Saints. If they beat the Saints, the wrap Bucks in.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Saints are on a bubble, but I don't think they can. I don't think it's
it's Tampa Bay division to lose.
Okay.
All they got to do is win and they in.
Yeah, so true.
Could they win all the tiebreakers too?
Yeah, I agree.
Right,
most of the time when one of those teams from that division is on, I usually change the channel.
Hey, he in the South.
Come on.
Y'all don't even have a protein. You go dog us up like that.
I ain't got that much to brag about because I love the black and silver.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Hey, but they played a hell of a game. Oakland.
You got to be.
Oakland played a hell of a game last week, man.
You have to be from Atlanta to understand our love for the Falcons.
There you go. I got you. You got to be right, Vi.
Hey, but you know what? It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate.
Yeah, it is a love-hate.
It is.
You just don't know what you're gonna get from year to year, man.
I talk about them bad, but I love my Falcons.
I'm gonna just say this, man. I'm just gonna say this. y'all gave Arthur Smith 3 years to turn this thing around. The third year was supposed to be the charm. He didn't deliver. So I think you got to make a decision going forward because, basically everything, in my opinion, Fontenot got him everything he needed. Blank wrote the checks, and they got out from under the salary cap of Ron.
Yeah, right.
So there was no reason for this kind of year. There's no reason.
Y'all gave him everything he wanted, and he still didn't get it done.
Right.
Yeah. Equally important to that fact is they didn't seem to get better.
Yeah.
If you can measure a team getting better, you may want to hold on to him 1 year, betting on the come.
After the Super Bowl, we just got worse and worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So yeah.
All right, y'all. Final thing, just a bonus, and then we'll wrap this. Because G, what you doing, G?
G got to get out of town.
G got to go. G is getting ready. G is on. I mean, we appreciate you, G, because G is saying, well, you had a Dominican Republic. You had to you're on a cruise, right?
G, yeah, man.
He packing.
Gonna do a little cruise.
There you go. I can't tell. Well, I can't say exactly where he's going. Y'all don't want y'all because But anyway. All right, y'all. Hey, so I'm gonna start with you, Howie. Any sport, any big takeaway in the sports world right now before we wrap up this year? Any big?
My biggest issue in the NFL is consistently the lack of African Americans leading these football teams. We've made several strides in becoming coordinators. First you're not a coordinator, they become coordinators, they become and then they say, well, you have to be an offensive coordinator. Now we got African Americans that are offensive coordinator. After the end of the season, it is absolutely imperative that we see additional African Americans leading these men. And I think we can. I have no doubt they can do it. Look at Texas. I think Texas is a prime example of a young man who can lead men and turn programs around. Opportunity is the only thing we've been asking for. Seat at the table, and it hasn't happened. I hope this year that it does. That's my takeaway.
Okay, and I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon with that. I agree with you. I think the coach from Oakland is deserving. I think I don't know his name.
Pierce, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Pierce.
Yeah.
He's deserving of an opportunity to be the head coach of that team based on what he's done.
You're exactly right, Thomas. But the other guy did the same thing, and then they brought in Josh. Who,
Yeah.
Much
who
like
who made it worse?
his Slet Rock, wherever he goes, he tears it apart.
Yeah.
And not giving him an opportunity because the guy who was there last year,
thinking he'd be a better check.
So same thing in Carolina.
Yeah.
Remember Vince?
Yeah.
Vince was an interim. They kicked him out, brought in this guy from Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
They fired him halfway through the season. It's just a shame.
And I think I do think Bieniemy, Eric Bieniemy, is going to take over the Commanders next year. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he's going to wind up getting that job because
he has improved.
I think
their
Rivera
offense.
is either going to retire or they're going to let him go.
I agree. I think they're going to blow him out, and Bieniemy has improved their offense, and we can see the lack of offense where Bieniemy left. There seems to be a vacuum down there with Nagy with the Chiefs, so that could be exactly right. But I will be somewhat surprised if he gets that job.
And by the way, Russell Wilson, people are talking about the possibility of him going to the Commanders too. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that to yourself.
That might work out though. If Bieniemy is the coach and Russell Wilson is the guy, they might can scheme something where
you think they can make him a head? You think they could they gonna fire their head coach?
Well, I'm just saying this. I'm saying that the reason the Chiefs, Bieniemy was no nonsense. I think a lot of the stuff that the Chiefs are doing. Some of these trick plays. And it's like, why? What's the point?
That's not their.
He wouldn't put up the receiver, line up on side, drop all them balls. Neither.
No. Dog. Bieniemy wouldn't put up with that.
Mm-mm.
And I think
they brought Nagy. They brought
Nagy as coach. Go ahead.
Exactly, and they brought Nagy in, who was the train wreck in the Chicago Bears as a new OC down there. Yeah. So they just keep rotating this trash, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah,
correct.
All right. G, you got any big takeaway, man? Your choice. I don't know if you got.
You sure you don't want me to go last?
Go ahead, man.
We want you to go first. Because I might need to respond to you, G. We need you to go first.
I got one huge gripe.
Go ahead, man. I know
in all my years from Little League to college, watching football being played on the field, I never would have thought I would have seen it decided in a room with 13 people on somebody going to the championship or competing for a championship.
Yeah.
I never would have thought it'd come to that.
I agree.
And you're a big Seminoles fan, so that
I'm a huge Seminole. Back in 1980, I heard Bobby Bowden speak, and I was a fan ever since.
I got you.
Yeah, so you true to the game, and that cut you deep.
I'm still bleeding.
All right, Vi. Let G alone. You focus on yours.
I love my brother G. I'm not G has a right to the way he feels, and I understand it.
Because he didn't cut the SEC. He kept it on.
That's right.
He
talked about his team.
Yeah, that's right.
But I agree with him. The new system they have next year, I think gonna be. I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna work. Because right now they need to do it because the bowl game doesn't mean anything.
Okay. So they're going to the 12 team playoff.
Maybe I'm thinking when they do that, all these players won't be opting out anymore. They'll play because they got a reason to play now.
Right.
Because I don't think the Ohio State gonna win the game because they started quarterback is not even playing.
Yeah. Okay.
He's leaving. He's going to play at Syracuse, I think.
He's already left.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that thing when the running back don't left or cornerback don't left, that is not the Ohio State that we've been seeing the whole year. That's a whole different team.
That's true.
Yeah,
so that's my thing. I'm glad they going to the 12-team playoff because the players are not playing any bowl game. If they're not in the championship game, they're not playing.
Yeah.
Because Florida State has lost 20 of their players. 20 of Florida State players not playing tomorrow.
Really?
20.
Right.
Between transfers and opt not go to the pro.
It's about to be a curb stomp.
20 of their players not playing.
Yeah.
20. They got their third string quarterback playing.
Oh man.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a 21-point swing.
And Georgia and everybody from Georgia playing. Ain't none of our boys that they go. All our boys, even Brock Bowers still trying to play. These guys are hurt and they still trying to play.
McConkley said he's playing. Yeah, McConkley.
Yeah, but Brock Bowers flew in. Him and Mia flew in today, so they trying to play. They was hurt.
Yeah. I saw Brock running today. It didn't look good.
He don't need to play. Dude, you don't owe us anything else. Go and give it for NFL.
Yeah, so true.
Get that money.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad they're doing it because right now the bowl system is a joke now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The team you seen play all season, and not the team you see in the playoff.
Right.
Not the team in the bowl game. Mm-hmm. They lead, and it's just not the same.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, man. And of course we're in the holidays, man. But I gotta say this, dog, and I was feeling it until I saw the ratings, and I said, man, something's wrong. Christmas Day. Why is the NFL and the NBA competing? Why are they competing on Christmas Day?
The NFL just got greedy.
The NFL crushes the NBA. I'm talking about 10-1, 12-1 compared to the NBA game viewership. I think somebody's going to have to give. I don't think it's in the best interest of sports, man. Because there were some great games, NBA games that nobody watched because even I'm a basketball fan, but I watch the football games because
that's what I did.
Because honestly, and you keep in mind the football season is at the tail end where where you're talking it's drama. There's a lot of drama. Right. The NBA is just starting their season.
Just playing to be playing.
Yeah, but and they're coming off this new
in-season tournament.
Yeah,
right.
So it's anticlimactic for them to play on Christmas Day, going up against the NFL that's on the verge of going to the playoffs. And whoever thought about that is just that. I agree. I guess Roger Goodell. It is greed. because
he gave him the finger. But that used to be the Christmas Day basketball used to be the unofficial starting the basketball.
Yeah, it used to be NBA. It used to be the NBA.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So
all I can tell you is the NBA just need to go ahead and get them boys. If they're gonna play on Christmas Eve, and let the NFL have Christmas Day.
Let me say this, just to kind of give you a comparison. The total viewership of all the NBA games didn't beat the one game, the Chiefs. What was the Chiefs? Was that Christmas Day?
No, it wasn't Christmas Day.
No, what was Christmas Day? The big Christmas Day.
Was it the Lions?
Whatever one game of the NFL beat all NBA games combined. The first game on Christmas Day. Period.
I think that was a good game too.
Yeah. So my point is, it's like, why even do that? So you know, and my last thing, the Falcons, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Y'all need to get rid of, just move away from Arthur Smith, man.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it moving.
I'm with you. We do. We
don't. I mean, you know, you gave him 3 years.
We gave him 3 years.
You know, he's never been a head coach. And my last thing, we need to get away from hiring coordinators and bring in a solid head coach. Bring in someone. I don't know who, but I'm here to tell you that look, it has the whole coordinator system for them hiring these first time head coaches. It hasn't worked. Okay, the closest thing we came to was Quinn. And yes, Quinn took us to a Super Bowl, but I'm telling you, there are issues right now within, in my opinion, the culture of this team, and it's going to take somebody to come in and build a new culture. And I don't think these guys who are first-time head coaches are capable of coming in and building a culture because we're not seeing it. I don't see a culture among the Falcons right now that I think is a winnable culture.
You might have to
just
dig
pick
up
the right coach, man.
Well, look,
we need to do a better job of interviewing and a better job of selecting. And we need to.
But let me tell you.
Stop picking the boys.
I don't think that's going to change. If they pick, I'm telling you, man, if they pick another first-time head coach, which we've had back to Mike Smith. Smith was a first-time head coach. Dan Quinn was a first-time head coach. Arthur Smith. I'm talking Mike Smith before Dan Quinn. All these guys have been first-time head coaches. We got to get away from that. We need to get a game changer. Start getting folks who got these systems. Well, I'm just saying.
Barely working away.
I'm just saying they thought Arthur Smith had a system too. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What system? He had that.
Maybe y'all can
that boring ass system he had down in Tennessee.
That's my point.
And we ain't got Derrick Henry,
right?
and Brown.
Well, I'm just gonna say, and Vi, you may not agree with me, but I do think that we have to have, as you know, I'm just saying for the fan base, somebody needs to come in who can speak to the fan base and get the, you know, I'm not saying just the fan base, the players, the owner, who can really come in, command. I'm not saying Belichick. No, I don't want Belichick here in the 18th.
If y'all can help rebuild and rectify,
Belichick he's just the oldest Smith.
Gruden can get Atlanta there.
Yeah, I agree.
If you can rectify and rebuild
but he's so problematic. He's so problematic. I mean,
who's that?
Gruden. But he's proven.
No, we can't have Gruden.
He's proven to be problematic.
No.
You know what? I'd rather have Dan Quinn than Gruden.
No, what's the offense coordinator? What's the offense coordinator for Chicago?
Dude, we need
not
to
for
get
Chicago.
away.
Not for Chicago. The Washington coach.
Eric Bieniemy.
Coordinator.
But I think
he would be perfect.
The Falcons are going to have to bring in a general, a colonel. They need to bring somebody in and then hire strong coordinators. But right now, we don't have the leadership that we need to move this team forward. I don't have faith in Smith. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Two people I would like to see here. Jim Harbaugh, after he plays in this national championship, he would be a guy I would love to see here, and I would love to see them trade for the young man. Well, I say young man, the coach at the Steelers, because I heard
Tomlin would be amazing here.
Yeah,
but everybody wants
Tomlin.
Tomlin.
For him. Yeah,
Everybody
those
wants
two.
Tomlin.
I think those two would be great guys. Those are the type of guys I think Tommy B is saying need to be part of this team.
They've got to come in right now and lead this team and be the front person,
Right.
and be solid, because Smith, no.
Smith is old school football.
He ain't even old school. Old school is winning.
Yeah, you can call Smith what you want to, but you better call him horrible.
No, I think Smith.
Horrible. He's old school football too.
No, man, Smith, in my opinion, I just think he faked his way into a job, and we're paying for it.
Exactly. I don't think he's a leader of men.
Yeah,
He's definitely not a leader of men.
Quinn was better. Quinn was better at that than Smith.
Quinn never got all the Super Bowl loss.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
yeah, but Quinn. One thing was Quinn had also some very good coordinators. To your point, also
He did.
Tommy B. The person to bring in some excellent coordinators. Yes.
Because we don't even know what Rigoni, what's his name? We don't even know what he does. Smith.
Oh, the offensive coordinator for the
yeah,
Falcons.
yeah. What does he do?
Go get called.
Matthew? He faked the punt because
Yeah,
Smith called
intern.
all the plays.
Right?
All right, y'all,
Wow.
man. Appreciate y'all. Give it up for the one and only country commentator, Vi, in the building. He don't want to say Tommy B, but he has to. H squared, Howie, Hitman. Appreciate you, man.
2 fingers, man. Happy New Year.
Look at it. And G, have a safe trip, G. Appreciate you,
safe
man.
Trip, man.
Have fun, man.
I will, man.
The beat
Hey, man.
of
Y'all
the
guys, I
Bay.
appreciate you.
The beat of the Bay.
Keep loving your wonderful wife, man.
I appreciate you guys 100.
Hey, we're gonna do the show on a
will.
float. We're gonna do the show on a float for Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
How about that? We're
Yeah,
gonna be on
bring
a
us some
float.
gummies, man. Bring us some gummies.
Oh man, there you go.
Hey, G, don't get caught up in customs, man. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, right.
There you go. You're right.
Don't listen to him. All right, y'all. Hey, what's up, Bo?
G, come get you. I come get you, G. Call me.
All right, y'all.
All right.
And
Good
with
to see you, brother. Good
And
to see you, Tommy P.
with that, y'all, the sports, I don't know what to call it. The leftover show.
There you go.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for coming on. Y'all take care.
All right, thank you.
All right now.
All right.
Peace.
Okay.
Go Dogs.
You've been listening to the G Podcast with your host, Tommy B. The G Podcast is a production of the Castropolis Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.